I am back with another series on web development. In this series, we will get to learn how the web pages you see, like this google.com, actually works, what is front end, what is back end, and before that, let's learn how it actually works. So, there is a server and there is a client. So, the server is basically both are computers, but this is a more advanced computer. You can say it has better memory and better processing, and it doesn't usually have a monitor like your computer does. um, and then we have client. So client, you can assume, is your own computer. So whenever we want to access any web page, we have to send a request. Just a second, sorry about that. Yeah, so okay, so you want to access the google.com. So the way you did is, you type https then google.com, right? And that's how you land here. So this is the client and this is the server. So when you hit this URL, you are sending a request to the server that I want something uh, from you in return. When I send a request, I will get a response from server. So when client is trying to connect to server, it is called a request, and when server sends the data back to client, it is called a response. And there are different type of request. As you can see here, there are get, post, put and delete. And oh my god, someone is calling me again. Give me a second. Sorry about that again. Yeah, so there are different type of request. One is get, post, put and delete. And the way to describe that is, when you sent that request to google.com, it was a get request because we want something in return from the server. But when you want to store some data on the server, that is called a put request. When you want to delete something on the server, it is called a delete, and when you want to update, it is called a put request. So for example, let's say you have seen the banking applications that you have, right? So when you fill the form on the bank application, it is a post call to the server because you are sending your information like your name, then you send your date of birth, then you send your PAN number, Aadhaar, some unique ID. For those of you who are not from India, Aadhaar is the unique ID here. Then so when you submit this data, so this is data, right? So when you submit this data to the server, it is called a get request. And when you retrieve, once you have submitted the form, you log into the bank server, right? And then you see your information that I have logged in using this ID and this is the name. So that is called a get request when we are getting data, right? And when we close the account in bank, that is a delete request. And put is, let's say you want to update your name in bank database, so that's a put request. So that was the initial information that you should have in order to start working on the web development. And there are more things, front end, back end, you should also know. So this thing you see here, this is actually front end, and the front end code will always run on the client side. So all this architecture you see, or the frameworks you see, like React or the libraries, Angular, these are client side application, and the code runs actually on your machine, not on the server. And for the backend applications, we have the server. So server also need to run some code. So for backend, we have frameworks like Spring. There is also Flask, which is very popular nowadays in Python. So we will see that. Just stay tuned and peace.